Ooh, got it.
Leo. And your background's in, and
Yeah, look at that. My bridge. Bridging the gap.
so
Hi.
what's up, honey chop?
Just busy.
Busy,
Just
busy?
busy. Yeah, I just work is busy and life is busy and Sarah's school is busy and Chinese New Year is upon us. So lots of cleaning and decluttering for the water tiger.
Very nice. So that's it.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to change out my lithium carbonate for lithium orotate, which is, it's kind of a bit scary for me because I go crazy sometimes because my brain gets inflamed in the back. And if
Oh,
I'm agitated, all my anger comes out. I'm like an unleashed tiger.
oh,
I've been trying to very calmly just do my work. And I'm not sleeping, so that's adding to the stress because I'm up at 3 a.m. and I can't go back to sleep. And then I have Sarah and I got work and I come back, make dinner, groceries clean. Like it's
oy, oy, oy.
it's like, and Sarah's like, do your homework. Did you do your homework? Got your clothes? Get your clothes? Okay, make your lunch. Okay, make your lunch. Did you make your lunch? What are you doing? Get off the iPad, right? If I was by myself, I could regulate a little easier, but she adds a dimension.
Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it. I know that my kidneys are just getting full of that carbonate, and before something happens, I just want to get on something that still works for my brain. And yeah, because it's not the depression, it's more the mania that my brain just gets inflamed. That's all.
Right.
And that could be past stuff, that could be like trauma, all that. And I'm just working at getting digging the layers off slowly.
So how do you monitor that? I mean, in terms of like dosage size and that kind of stuff.
I have to play that game because it's apparently 1/25th. So every milligram of orotate is like 25, like 1:25 ratio. So I need about 20 grams here, but 600 over here. And so I'm trying to play with the dose. And then I have to find a way for my brain to detox. I think I've got lots of heavy metal or something else built up in there from whatever. And yeah, so I've got a naturopath that I'm seeing in a couple of weeks, and he's going to help me with detoxing my brain he's going to help me with the orotate, lithium orotate. But I have to be careful because it catches up on me. And I was so tired yesterday. I just had to go to bed. Like I was done. Like I just went to bed for 2 hours and then went to bed at 9. Good night, Sarah. You're on your own. I have to go to bed now. If I slept from 9 until 3, I didn't wake up, which was good for me.
Why do you think you wake up?
I think it's organs. So the kidneys, the bladder, and the small intestines show up between 2:30 and like 4:30. And I think what it's doing is my body's trying a whole bunch of things. If I've drank anything, if I've had any iodine, my body's really like a barometer. And so I just have to make sure that I'm not taking anything I'm not supposed to take that will agitate anything. And I don't think it's a problem. I think it's just hormones, stress, sleep, eating too late, eating not enough protein, eating too much protein, like whatever, slow absorption. I don't know. But I think my bladder is, my bladder's been an issue for a while. But I think they're just viruses and things too, right?
Man, if it ain't one thing, it's a whole bunch of other things.
I don't mind, like I learn so much every time my body gives feedback. And I know that I can move over to lithium orotate, which would be, I don't need my doctors anymore. I just need to have it balanced for a year. They can go fuck themselves and their protocols. And I can save my kidneys and rejuvenate my kidneys and just live a better life. I'm not afraid now. I had a really good teacher named Charlotte, and she helped me work through this last month of not being scared to, what if I do freak out? At least I know what it is now. I know when I get angry, a lot of it's frustration too with people that's been built up. And now it's just like, I'm just need more time for myself.
Right.
And I just need to ask for it for Doug too. I need to go for walks by myself, lots of downtime to think and not be bothered by people. And it's also that control. It's like lack of control. I'm in areas where I can't, like if I want to go and not work, or if I see the building a certain way and there's all kinds of issues, I want to get it fucking done kind of thing. I can't, because my boss holds me back in a way. Like I'm like, when's the intercom getting done? You said last week. When are we fixing the Wi-Fi? It's like this constant communication. Then he doesn't get back to me, and then I get frustrated.
Right.
I'm like, listen, can we just fucking get it done? Like, because I'm the front person, I get asked all the questions. I'd rather just solve it. So now I'm just like, Lisa, you need to chill. You need to give them a list once a week. It's not, you're the one that's causing the energy to rise. You don't need to respond to people in 24 hours. And so
Right.
I had to look back and look at the mirror, like, what's the mirror trying to tell me? Oh, slow down yourself. Oh, that'd be good. Write a list. Get back to people. All right, I'll get back to you by next week. I meet with them once a week and we sort everything out once a week. Okay. Instead of like, okay, I'll get back to you. And then that energy rides in the sphere, right? Of you'll get back to me. You said you get back to me. And then all of a sudden it piles on. And then I get mad at Jay when it's not his fault. He's just busy.
Right.
Yeah. So now I'm like chilling. Oh, man. Best weapon ever. You probably can't see these. You're gonna like these. These are my new magic. I'm gonna do it myself. Told my chiropractor to fuck off too. I didn't say that. I said, this isn't working for me. I need to do my own healing. I don't need to pay you money to heal me, and it's not working. My bowels haven't worked for a year, so something's not working. Huh?
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so these are my tuning forks,
Oh, nice.
and they work really well on Sarah.
Oh.
I've noticed a total shift in her. I do it at night. It's a C and a G, so it's the perfect fifth. It's like it's really cool. And then I just listen to it, put it behind her ears, both sides, and then she just falls asleep. Her brain's working way better.
Wow.
Calms me down too. I use them. Sarah used it on me last night and I fell asleep.
Wow.
And then I have an auto tuner for my head. I've been trying to detox my pineal gland. And then it vibrates, and then you just use it like can't see it, but like an acupuncture point. It's so cool. It's like,
Wow.
and it changed my life. It changed my life.
There's something I just want to show you.
Sure. Wine sometimes works, not all the time. But these are cool. Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever taken these.
Put your hand behind. Put your hand behind forward. There. There.
Can you read that?
No. It's blasted out by the light.
Right. Anyway, it's like the best bowel stuff I've ever taken.
Oh.
It's called Cascara Sagrada.
Oh yeah. I use that herb all the time.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. Works like a charm.
Sure does work.
Yeah. But after a year, I'm like, I need to solve why my bowel is constricted, because there's a restriction in my lower bowel. Because as soon as I do a water enema, boop, just pops out, no pun intended.
Ah.
Yeah. So I think there's just a tightness and a constriction there. And I'm working, I've actually had 2 bowel movements on my own using the tuning forks.
Holy shit.
1 week I had 2 bowel movements compared to none for a year. So I know that it's doing something in my body. It's moving and shifting shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How much are those wands?
They were, so you can buy them anywhere, like from any music store. But the guy I follow, his name is John Bellieu. He's been doing this for 45 years. And his forks are $125 for, I think you can get 3 for $125. It's his tuning set, which is C and G, and then the auto one I just showed you, and the book. I'm pretty sure it's $125 US plus shipping plus custom, so it ends up being $200. I got these from a Calgary place. They claim that these are the same forks John uses, but I don't know. But they work.
They sound like a great tool. John, what's his last name? How do you spell it?
Bellieu, like the French, like Bealieu. something like that. If you just, he's like the guy. He wrote in, so Eileen McCusick is the girl who, that's how I found him, was because she's really out there on Instagram and all these things. But he wrote the foreword to her book. And I went, who is this guy? And I Googled him, like, oh, he's the master. He started tuning forks in a secret CIA room. He was given privilege to, was working in Berkeley in the mental hospital. And that was the room he had access to in Berkeley. But it was a sound chamber by the CIA. And what happened is he went in there and started using, he noticed he could hear his heartbeat, and then he started using the tuning forks, and he could hear his nervous system and his heartbeat. And if they ever got out of like tune, he would notice it in the room. And that's how he started the tuning forks. And he's a trained classical pianist. I mean, this guy is way more than people would ever probably know. He's a really cool guy.
Wow. So he's got a lot of videos on YouTube kind of thing?
No,
Really?
he's done, I found him like through interviews. He's sort of been more like lots of interviews. He's got a couple videos on how to use his forks. But I just intuitively just trust that he's got the right information. Eileen, I don't know, she's got a fork. She calls it the Schumann resonance times 12, which I don't know why, and I've tried using that because you bang it and then it makes a sound, and you're supposed to be able to grab the field from people's bodies and move it back in, like heal them.
Yeah.
But I don't want that. I don't want to I'll work on Sarah, but I want these for myself. So I had another book. It was used for aromatherapy oils, and it has all the points, like where your virus point is and where your pineal gland's actually back here. That's the point, even it's not here as we think it is. And so I started taking this tuner and putting in all these spots that she highlighted in this book. And my body's doing something weird, that I'm actually seized up, and my whole right side is just like locked. Like I'll be laying there, I'll be like, oh, I can't lift my arm. Because I know it's jigging something like in my neck and my back. I don't know. I'm trying to it's slowing me down to just sort of integrate everything and not move like a hot dog.
Yo.
Yeah.
You might want to get some feedback on that one. Just in
What do you
case
mean?
you might be mid-process, or you might be, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is, Elijah? Somebody called me finally. So this has happened twice now. December, somebody called me, found my website for a constellation course. And so I just made up some people and brought her in. It was great. I thought, wow, that's first for the universe for me.
Right.
And just last week, a lady called me for feng shui consult. She goes, how much? I said, $500 for the consult, and then 500 for implementation, another 5 to embed the implementation. She's like, no problem. See you next week. So I did that yesterday. And then now I'm seeing that everything's a mirror, because what I figured out with her was actually what was going on with me.
Right.
And so all of a sudden it's like, I need a massage. He needs a massage. She needs to walk out in nature. No, I need to walk out in nature, and I need a massage. So I let go of the fact that we were going to do round 2 with her. And I thought, well, maybe something happened and she didn't communicate. And like, no, I think it was for me. So if anything, the good thing is I got something for me.
Right.
But she did call me back, said, yeah, let's meet on Friday. Let's keep going.
It's awesome.
I know. I was like,
fantastic.
yeah. And I nailed it. Like, not to be, I nailed the feng shui, Elijah. I know when I drive to an appointment to watch all the signs, and it's like the universe just goes download. If you're watching and interpreting, otherwise, it's not like a big sign.
Right.
All of a sudden I pick up all the cues. I get to her shop. It was terrible just finding her place. Like, all the signs were there. And then I sat down and said, this is what's going on with your building. This is what's happening. I don't even have to go to her. Right? This is what's happening. She's like, that's what's happening. My husband's blocking me. I want to move. He won't allow me to move. I'm like, yeah, I saw that. I saw it a couple times on my way here. But I did see 2 squirrels. And they're super happy. So I think even though you guys are separated and you're not sure, maybe there's a chance of happiness. Right? Like, I don't care. That's what I see. I know the universe is going, here's 2 squirrels. Yeah, like, okay, I know there's shit going on, but like, maybe. They literally stopped on the tree, both of them, and looked at me like maybe they wanted food. I don't really care, but it's.
Well, I guess when it's a little extraordinary, that it amplifies the sign, right?
Yeah, like, that was extraordinary. I parked,
They're
I couldn't
going.
find parking, and I finally parked, and I'm like, I just happened to look, I'm like, that's a good sign. Yeah, but I was, it was just awesome. It was awesome. They
Well, that's
cried. They actually cried. He cried at my meeting. There's two of them, husband and wife. She came for the first half, left. He came for the second half. It's actually, she said that he blocked her when she's blocking her, but she's blocking her because of her mom. She's taken on her mom and her brothers. Like, it's the systemic stuff that's going on was really apparent. So now I'm going to mix the feng shui and the constellation together, do a session, clear what's holding it back, do the feng shui, have people do what they need to do for themselves, and then the rest will just flow. Forget the space is like secondary now.
wow. Sounds like you've attained a higher level of mastery by integrating your pieces together.
Thank you. And it's all been worth it. Thank you. I'm humbled.
Huh.
Yeah. So now I'm just trying to regulate my body and calm down and breathe.
Are you writing?
No, I'm writing a new book, and I've written down like all the things I want to write in the book. I just haven't gone into the daily habit practice of I'm getting up at 6 and I'm writing because my body's exhausted. I have all the information that's being logged and kept, but I'm not in that zone yet. Like, as soon as the feng shui passes, I've made goals to write every day. I just need to get my energy a little more stable because I'm really, I'm on that edge. I'm on that fine edge of losing it. Like, not losing it, but having a meltdown somewhere.
Right.
If I don't take time for myself and sleep and eat and just calm the fuck down. Yeah. But I'm doing awesome. Like, work is awesome. I've got 5 units, like $3,500 I've already made this month, like sitting there for the end of the month. 500 for feng shui. I got 500 from the Métis Association because I applied for that. I asked Doug for a raise. I asked my boss for a raise. Like, I'm getting my money sorted out this year.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
I'm so broke, like November, December, like just like I was like, no, it's happening. I'm gonna make it happen.
well, I mean, doesn't the idea that it's a water tiger year, doesn't that completely shift everything, like in terms of the energetics for you and everybody, I guess?
Well, it depends what element you are and what animal you are.
Hmm.
Because I'm a dog. Dogs, tigers, and horses get along. Aren't you a horse?
I'm a rabbit.
You're a rabbit. That's right. And rabbit is my extra friend. So you have 3, and then you have an extra friend.
Okay.
So Sarah's a rabbit, and Doug's a horse.
Okay.
So for the rabbits, I don't know if tiger must be your friend as a rat. I can't remember. I'd have to look. But it's, for me, that it's a tiger year is a big deal, and that it's water, because metal creates water in my feng shui. It creates, and water's money in feng shui. And so that I've been waiting for a tiger man to come along, and I've met 2 golden tigers in the last 2 weeks.
Yo.
I was doing my boss, like, well, what are you? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, what year you're born? He's like, I'm a 1963. I'm like, oh, you're a tiger. Oh, it says you're a golden tiger. What the hell's a golden tiger? Never heard of that. And then this guy yesterday, I go, what are you? He goes, I'm a tiger. I'm like, you're a tiger? I'm like, fuck. All right. Finally meeting some tigers.
I thought 63 was a rabbit year.
61. Oh, sorry, 62. Sorry, 61. 2 is the tiger. 63 is the rabbit. Sorry.
Okay. I'm a water rabbit.
Yeah. Water rabbit and water tiger. So I'd have to look it up. Who are your friends? Here, I have it right here. Just happen to have it right here in my handy dandy book. My feng shui book I have with me. All right, so you're rabbit. All right. Where's my rabbit? Some trees. So you pig and ram are your matches, your good matches, and your dog. So dog and rabbit are good, and then the rabbit, pig, and ram are your best matches.
And who's my friend? Is Tiger still my friend?
No.
Oh.
Tiger's not your friend, but it's not bad though. Here, let me look though. Rabbit and dog. So dog is there. Bad matches for the rabbit are the dragon and the rooster. And then you have the rabbit. Yeah, the rooster, rat, and horse are not good for you. Rabbit, rooster, horse, dragon. Those are your enemies. They're just bad matches. Like the energy is just bleh, bleh.
Right.
What's Chinoa?
I'm not sure.
What year is she born?
I think she's born in 58.
Ah, okay. So she's 60. She's 2 back. I think she might be a dog. Because I'm 70, 60. Yeah, 58, right? She's a dog.
She a dog?
Yeah. And I'm a metal dog, so she's probably a water dog. I don't know, but she's a dog. So that's not a good or bad year for you, but that you're in water and you have more water. So it could be extra emotions or extra processing or extra money, either or.
Something strange just happened to me. You know, when you change elevation in a plane and your ears go
Yeah.
in, they just blocked and a ringing's happening. I've never experienced that before.
Oh,
Just to let you know.
is it still there?
Yeah. It's like someone took a pitchfork to my ear.
Oh,
Like I hear like this, and both my ears closed up.
good or bad?
I don't think either. Like, just strange.
That's strange. I have that every once in a while. I'll also go, "Ding," like, what the hell? I'm like, wait, you sent me a message? What's up?
Yeah, I just wonder if some being comes in the room or something, or something energetically is sent my way.
Well, maybe it's not a blocking. Maybe it's just to get your attention. Like, what? There's something here. So,
Yeah, yeah. So, what are your plans for the rest of the sort of like? Are you sort of keeping this going until the spring and then changing, or?
I only have, so there's 30 units to rent out, and I've rented out half of them. I have another half to go, which may take another 3 months. And then I need to find something to replace that income, obviously.
So is this a different building than the one you had before?
Yeah.
So it's a completely new building, completely different owner.
Yeah.
I see. So this is your second building.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's, I mean, if you become the person who can rent buildings, I mean, isn't that quite like an accomplishment? I mean, if there's 60 units, did it just get built or did it just always empty?
The Irvine last year had just got built, and the lady wasn't doing very well there, and so she quit. And they opened in July, she quit in end of November, and then I came in December, and then I was there for 4 months until I rented out 18 of the units in 4 months, which was pretty good. And then my boss recommended me to this guy because they knew each other. And then he built a new building, and he wasn't going to use me. He actually just used me for my information, and then was going to hire a company. And then at the last minute, he ran into my boss and he says, "Why don't you call Lisa? She's really good." Oh, okay. So he called me and wouldn't negotiate on my price. Like, he's like, "I'm not paying you that." And because I was so desperate, I negotiated really low, like dumb, like 700 a door. And I need more like 1,000 a door plus a base. So then I just did really well, and I realized how much work it is to answer calls and people getting locked out, and oh my gosh, how does this work? And I said, "You need to pay me more for my time." And he goes, "Yeah, you're right. Okay." He says he'd talk to me, but I don't know. We'll see at the end of the month when I give him my invoice. Not letting him get away with it though. Like, he doesn't mean to. It's the universe wants me to stand up and say, "I'm worth this. It's
Right.
costing me time, and it's fair because I'm doing you a big service." People are happy in the building. I'm getting back to them. They're not frustrated, which just helps the building, which helps the money, which helps you.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you do any feng shui with the building?
I haven't really whammied it yet because just getting my feet going. I don't know about these prices. I don't know about this. And now I'm kind of integrated with the building that it will come like in probably maybe in February, I'll start to work with the building. But I've already done well. I've already done half the building, so I just have another half to go.
And how is the renting in Calgary? Like, is there a lot of places to rent, or there's hardly any, or?
Tons, like the market is flooded right now with rentals. That's why I probably could have done the whole building almost by now, but our prices are so high that people are like, forget it. I'll just go down the street. I'm like, go ahead. Like, find what you need to find.
Right.
And I was thinking, there's no way I'm going to get $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom. No way. Sure enough, one guy was able to negotiate with him for $1,750. The guy above just took it for $2,100. And this one lady, she came in there and she's, yeah, $1,850. I can do that. I'm like, okay. They're all professionals doing really well. Accountants, owns a hair salon or computers or whatever. Like, I'm gobsmacked because I'm like, you can afford $1,850 by yourself a month, plus internet, plus electricity. You're at $2,000 a month. Well, okay, I guess if you're making $4,000 or $6,000 a month, that's no big deal.
Right.
Yeah. And we allow big dogs.
That's huge, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
do you allow little cats, or is it?
Yep, everybody. We got mostly cats. It's a cat building.
So that's also big, right? Because most
Yeah.
places don't have animals.
Yeah, I have only 2 dogs in there. The rest are all cat people, which I love. You have cats? Yeah, please come on in. I like cat people.
I think, isn't the average 1-bedroom in Vancouver is 2,100, and that's
Yeah.
probably the most expensive place in Canada.
Yeah.
So Calgary's not that far behind, it sounds.
Just him. We're up by $300 more, like easily.
Why?
He wants to sell the building, and it's called a rent roll game with the bank. Your rents have to be high to get the loan to sell the building. Like, you need funding to manage the building while you're wanting to sell it, but you can't get the loan if you don't have occupancy and at a high rate,
Oh,
because you can't get that much of a loan.
oh,
That's why it took me a while to understand what he was doing. I was being a bit of a dickhead and just like not paying attention to the market. He is still a little bit high, but whatever, it's going to get shuffled out. The market will shuffle him out and then find who we need to in the building. So I did that. I got your cards. I just don't know what to do with them.
Did you look through them at all, or?
Yeah, some of them, but they're car. I'm like, I don't know. I can play them with Sarah. Like, hey, Sarah, pick a card. Let's pick a card for the day. What are we doing? Oh, serendipity. Okay, let's do that today.
I mean, one of the basic thing is, whenever you're having a conversation with someone that you might not know how to approach, you could just take one from each of the piles, kind of one value, one convo type. I'm making a video manual for that card set. So I am attempting to put together, I'm making videos first, and then I'll sort of write things out, but there is something coming. I just don't want to overwhelm you and everybody with a whole bunch of videos, but
one video would be nice. Just one introductory video. Hey, you got your card set.
Right.
I noticed that there's 3 or 4 different, there's 4 different blah, 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 and you pick them out. Like, just a quick intro would be nice.
Yeah, I've got those. I'll send those to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go. I have to go.
Crappy. Okay.
But I'd love to speak again, if you want.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Or if you want to set up a regular time, then I'll find a way to work around it.
Okay. Why don't you choose a time that works best for you?
Okay.
Because I think my time has more liberty than you.
Well, I think Tuesday at 1:30 would work, because then I have to be home to pick up Sarah. Like, I have to shuffle out of, a lot of people aren't touring at 1 o'clock at the Irvine. They just happen to have a 12:30 today. So
okay.
If you want to do reoccurring 1:30 my time Tuesdays, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, you're on.
Okay, lovely to see you. Much
You
love
too.
to you and your daughter, and we'll see you soon.
Hey, love.